All right, we're gonna be reacting slash responding slash maybe giving some critiques, right? Uh, on this video by Van Zweelism on what makes a man sexy. This video, I just watched it and it was really good. This is the type of content I love to watch. I love just going in depth on certain topics. And the thing, it's because I think I'm an overthinker. And so instead of just me thinking in my head all alone, just thinking, I love discussing ideas, talking about ideas with other people. It gives a sense of connection. And, people can point out your bullshit or your, what's the word, delusions, or, they help you set you straight. So let's watch this video. We're gonna skip through parts of it, and then just listen to what Van Zweelism has to say.
Today, I'm going to talk about a fun topic. Well, at least it's fun for me, but I hope you guys have fun too listening to this. Today, I'm going to talk about what makes a man sexy. But first, let's talk about what makes a woman sexy and get that off the table. So, what makes a woman sexy? All you have to do is look pretty, put on some makeup, a nice tight outfit, and assuming you're not fat, then you're going to fit in that tight outfit. Or I guess you could make a much tighter outfit if you're fat, but you know what I mean.
Yo, Vince William right off the bat, really good speaker. He didn't say any us, any hesitation. So this man is a good public. I would say he probably, because when we do YouTube, I think it's showing it's a form of public speaking, and he just straight up, uh, really direct and clear spoken. The audio not that great. It's kind of hard to understand what he's saying, but the content is so good. I don't care. I'm really trying to like focus.
That's it. It's fucking easy to be sexy as a woman. No work required. Okay, you're gonna be sexy to 99% of men, but to that there's gonna be 1% that are gonna require more than just you looking good. They're gonna be like, okay, that's you got your foot in the door, but what else do you have to offer?
That's pretty cool. That there's for me, if yeah, I guess what he's saying is, all right, for most 99% of men, women, you can just put on a nice outfit and she'll be sexy and adored by other men. And then there's that 1% of men who are gonna be like, all right, yeah, you look good, but what else do you have to offer? And I think that's pretty cool that there's men like that who don't just see something pretty, catches their eye, and then it's like, you know because I don't know, I just think it's kind of manly. You don't just give in to your pleasures like that just because you see something pretty. What more does she have to offer?
Now, for men to be sexy, that requires some serious personal development. Most guys are just not going to be born with these traits. They're going to have to work at it. Now, these traits, these personality traits, what makes a man sexy, they come from Dan Bacon's book, The Flow. Now, this is the audio book that I bought some years ago, and I listened to it one time because there was a time where I was just really obsessed with finding out what it takes to be attracted to women. And I've got no shame in that because I fucked up many times in my life with women. And it got to a point where it frustrated me so much, I actually had fucking anger. And I just realized at some point that the problem is not the woman, the problem is me. My strategy was just poor, my game was poor. And that's all that game really is, it's a strategy to get what you want. Now, in his book, The Flow, Dan Bacon talks about 8 personality traits. And I'm going to tell you what these personality traits are in a moment. But what he doesn't talk about, and this is a connection that I've made, and I don't know if anyone else on YouTube has made this connection, but what all of these personality traits are rooted in is courage. Courage is a universally respected trait that women find attractive and men respect. So when you fucking step up to the plate and you've got some balls in life and you're going to get what you want, that's what it's all about. So what is courage? Courage is not the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear and acting in spite of it. Now, let's get to those 8 personality traits. And I'm going to try my best to remember them, but if I don't, just bear with me, okay? So before we talk about the traits, I'm also going to try to give you some examples of these traits so you can better understand what I mean. So let's start with the 3 C's: confidence, charm, charisma. And then there's masculinity, and then there's sexual, and then there's social intelligence. So confidence is quite self-explanatory. You're not just going to be confident, you're going to have to put in some work to develop confidence. And the only way you do it is by getting those approaches in. It's by doing the hard yards, improving your social skills, talking to people all of the time.
I totally agree. Confidence like that. What I've been doing. I don't think I really have a problem, talking to people, engaging with people. But the thing is, if I'm nervous, I have some anxiety or whatever. For example, I went to church the other day, and we were in this room, just a couple people, and it was just a class that I participated in, and I was asked to introduce myself. I did it pretty easily. I said, "Hi, I'm Henry. I'm here because I want to learn to how to teach, how to share the wisdom of the Bible and God's word." And then at the end of the class, I wanted to go around and introduce myself and start shaking people's hands, but everyone seemed, kind of very in their own world, and the room was so quiet, but I was, I don't know why I just couldn't bring up the courage to just disrupt that whole vibe that was going on. So I wanted to do that, but I could have stayed home. I could have been like, "Hey, I don't want to go to this church thing. I'm just gonna stay home and do what? Clean, cook, whatever." But going out and just learning what needs to get done. I was also at this clothing department, and I was in a line. I could have maybe started a conversation with the people next to me, but I just didn't know how to. There was 2 women in front of me who were talking to each other. This guy who was just standing here. I could have maybe just said, "Hey, excuse me, what do you think of this clothes? I just bought it." Something, right? But I couldn't bring up the courage.
You've gone up to many guys, then women is the next step. Got to overcome that fear. Start talking to women. It doesn't have to be flirty conversation. You can just start with regular conversation, and then after that you can level up to flirty conversation. So just talk to lots of people, get used to it, and then you'll develop confidence over time.
I love that advice. It doesn't have to be flirty conversation. It just can be normal conversation. So that's the thing, is like, I wish I had someone like Van Zuil here. I was a frustrated person growing up. I tried doing my own thing. I'm like, why isn't it working? I tried doing research. I read books, all this stuff, but nothing helped until now, where I'm getting advice from other men, and not all the advice is always great. But for example, I work at a bike shop, and I notice that when someone is there to show me what I'm doing wrong, what I should be doing right, what was right, giving me feedback, positive encouragement, that right there, being right next to me, that helps me a lot. And so, like, if I was to go up and have conversation with people, I I wish I had someone by my side to be like, "Henry, your posture was bad. Stand upright." Maybe, and then maybe going deep into that is like, a posture helps you with confidence. So when you did that, maybe you felt like you weren't confident. Okay, yeah, you're right. I noticed I had that in my head, so I'll keep that. When you were having a conversation, you seemed a bit quiet. You know, try to what's the word? Project your voice a bit more. Things like that. Just things that positive encouragement. Doing like, hey, you know, you did great. You talked to one person and just a random person you started a conversation with. Let's try that again. And then just I can run out of I would say courage. It's like a battery for me, and it's like, okay, I'm losing it. It's like I'm done. I'm tired.
Charm. So charm is just giving a well thought out compliment, something that will matter to the woman, and she will call you a charmer if you do it right. So you could say that that dress looks good on you, or something specific that you like about her. You can say, I like your little fucking elf ears. They make you look hot.
I love your fucking elf ears. They make you look hot, dude. This guy, I don't know him. I don't really watch Van Wheels videos. I, it's not because, yeah, I don't know. I just love watching more either very funny videos or informational videos. But Van's Wheel, if he's watching this, you seem like a very fun, cool guy to be around with, man.
And maybe hot is not such a good word to use, but you know what I'm getting. You say sexy, or they make you look pretty, or they make you look well defined, so you can make her guess a little bit what you mean, but still intrigue or pique her interest. So that's charm. So charisma. Charisma is just that unique personality that you have and no one else possesses. It's also being authentic to who you are. It's being that cool dude that isn't afraid to be himself. So, for example,
Okay, so I like that charisma is someone who's not afraid to be himself. Definitely, I know when I'm going out, sometimes I'll be like very monotone and just be like, "Hi, what's your name?" I could tell that I'm scared to really be myself, be the energetic sort of personality where it's like, "Hey, I want to know more about you. What do you do? What do you like to do? Why do you do that? That sounds interesting. Very, very like that." So charisma, right? But it's all down to courage, like he said. So
being charismatic in this video by just saying what I feel from the heart and delivering it in my own unique, quirky way. And masculinity, that just comes down to not being really emotional. So you can feel the emotions, but just being in control of the emotions, speaking in a calm manner, and just doing what you want to do and not doing what she wants to do. So you're the one being dominant, she's the one being submissive, and she's following your plan. If she's not following your plan, she's out. That's masculinity. That's how that works. So don't be afraid of being sexual with a woman. If you're really experienced, you can actually tell a woman that you want to fuck, and she will be down for that later on. Like, she might be a little bit apprehensive initially, but if you just don't come across as needy and you don't over pursue, then eventually she will be down for it. But it's usually almost always better to use a more subtle approach. So when you're going to be subtle, you can, let's say for example, she says that she's a good seamstress and she's good at knitting clothes and stuff. And you can just say that you must be really good with your hands. Okay, so that's 5 traits. Social intelligence. Social intelligence is basically just being good with communication and not making things awkward. Even if there's a silence, social intelligence is being able to not let that silence get to you, even if it's a 10-second or 20-second or even 1 minute pause. You don't let that shit bother you. And you just carry on talking. Pick up the conversation right there. That's social intelligence. But social intelligence could also mean feeling or being able to suss out what kind of mood people are in and how your actions are affecting them and being aware of that. So not making a situation awkward unnecessarily. That's social intelligence. And then there's unpredictability. So that's when you go into a bar, or a bar is a pretty bad example for us high carb, high sugar, cycling vegans, but that's usually the standard place where people meet. And you go into the bar and she's used to guys coming up to her and wanting to buy her a drink. So you go up to her and you say, "Hi, my name is Paul Van Zweel, and it's a pleasure for you to meet me. How about you buy me a drink?" She's not gonna, that is not gonna be predictable at all. She's gonna be like, "Where the fuck did this guy come from?" And then obviously you can afterwards say that you're just joking, but that's going to make you stand out because you're unlike anyone else by using that approach. What was that last one? I forgot what it is now. Damn it. I'm going to have to pause this video and find it, and then I will continue. And the final trait, just thought about it, is humor. Being funny. Got to be a funny fuck. But it's not just any type of humor. It's playfully arrogant humor. And also with humor, it's like hot sauce. You just got to sprinkle a little bit on your food to enhance the flavor. Too much and it spoils the flavor. So, for example, she could ask you, "So what do you do for a living?" And then you can say, "I'm a professional cuddler." And then she's going to be like, "What's that?" And then you can say, "People pay me to get cuddles." And she's just going to probably laugh. And then you can say, "But today, you're lucky. There's a special. You get half price for cuddles." And then you can just say, "Just kidding," and say your XYZ job that you do. So that's it. Confidence, charm, charisma.
All right, that's the rest of the video because I gotta edit it and shorten it down. But dude, this video is gold. It is just gold. It's full of information that makes sense. You know, I know how to be like very self-aware and be like, okay, yeah, I noticed I wasn't playfully funny with this woman, or I didn't have that charm. So it's easy for me to be able to point that out, but I don't like know how to bring it out of me. I know it's in me, but I don't know how to bring it out. That's why I love. I wish I could record myself and then upload it. Well, these interactions I have, and people give me comments. "Hey, you did this, you did that," and I just read it. Okay, good advice. I don't really know what the heck that person's trying to say. Which is why I upload these kinds of videos of me just talking, interacting. People can tell me, "Hey, you're a good speaker. Hey, you said too many ums." Not a lot of people saying that, but still, that's why I'm uploading consistently, so I can get that kind of feedback. Anyways, that's it.